let me stop listening to Jay-Z. Let me say something. Okay, he will never do wrong in my book. Unless he actually does something wrong, you can never make me dislike that man. Okay? Like, ever. But that being said, back in the day when I was like a young ingenue, I used to use Jay-Z lyrics as a way to spit at men. Like, I used to literally, like, for example, that song, La 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 La, I used to literally walk up to men in any setting back in my day and be like, forget English, talk body language. I be all over poppies like body painters. Let's, yeah. Why? I don't know. The confidence and cockiness of young Joyhdae should have been studied. Should have been studied. I was a mess. The lore of who I was, I should have been studied. Because I was out here. I was like unbelievable. Anyway, that's not why we're here. We're in a new location because I'm at work. Why am I at work? Because there's work being done and part of my job is to be here for this. I should have bought my filter because I know the back, everything looks a little bright, but I didn't. And I decided I wanted to film content since it's quiet and nobody's here and I can do that. We're going to talk about something. We're not going to do an unbranded. This is not an unbranded episode. This is a Joyhdae in real life episode because I've been watching Love Island, right? And yes, there's people working in the back, so you may see me look up. Ignore it. I've been watching Love Island, right? And I'm late to the game because I get secondhand embarrassment. I cannot watch these shows because I always feel like when the couple start doing things and things get awkward, I can't. It makes my skin crawl. But I'm on TikTok. Y'all know I'm on TikTok. And everybody was talking about like NicOlandria. And I was like, let me see what this is about. And so I like started watching, fell for their whole lore, whatever. But something about Nick kept clicking with my spirit. And first of all, he's not my type. He's small, he's short-ish, not my type. But there was something about how he carried himself that just keeps calling my spirit. And I realized that's what I want. Not Nick. I know that's what you thought. I know that's where your mind went. Not Nick. I am talking about the type of personality that Nick seems to portray in a relationship when it comes to Olandria. And it's something that I had before, that I've typically had, but have not had in recent interactions. And this is why dating for me right now sucks. Okay? So I know you're listening to this and you're like, Joyhdae, you're rambling. What do you mean? So everybody keeps saying that Nick he's a sub, he's golden retriever energy, da-da-da-da-da. Y'all are not hip to what's really going on. Nick is none of those things. Nick is actually a dominant. He is a dominant with a service, like pleasure king. Like he loves that. That's what I need. That is what is missing. So, and you're saying, Joyhdae, now what are you talking about? I am talking about men that I have dated in the past have given me that. Okay, prime example. I have a couple. Again, the lore of who I was in my youth, in my 20s, teenage years, crazy. So what do I mean by that? One time I was going out with a gentleman. He and I had been dating for like a little bit, off and on, nothing serious, casual. And one of our dates, we went out, we ate, and then we were walking along Fifth Avenue. And I showed him, like we were just looking, we were window shopping, whatever it is. And I showed him a bag that was in a display that I was like, oh, I love this. Like, this is so chic. This is so me. Okay? Didn't think anything of it. Just said it. Date continued, had a great night, whatever, went our separate ways. A couple days later, we had another date. And this man had the bag for me. That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. That is what's missing for me on these dating apps and in this dating world. I didn't even think about it. Like, I am such I got this type of girl, type of woman, that it didn't even cross my mind that this man would go back and get the bag for me. And when I'm talking about when I was with him, like, I didn't have to think about anything. I didn't plan dates. Like, it was more so of like, we're going out, this is what it is, like, da-da-da-da. I need that. I need that energy. I need that. I'm so used to being in charge in my regular life. Like, I am such a strong person. I need to be not strong in my relationships. Wait, this is my bestie. She's supposed to be coming to visit me tomorrow with my babies. And so y'all gotta wait a second. Okay, so back to the discussion at hand. That's what I need. I need that type of energy in my life. I need the energy of, I got this. You don't have to worry about anything. I got this. You just exist. That's what I need in my relationships. And these men on these dating apps are not giving that. They're asking me about what I bring to the table. I bring me to the table, and that should be enough, you know? And part of it is because I think in my day-to-day life, I am so in charge of a lot of things, and I'm so like independent that when it comes to my relationships, I need to be taken care of. And I need someone who sees that in me and wants to provide that for me. I don't want to think about anything. I want you to, I want to point something out going about my day, because I'm random. Y'all are here. Y'all know I'm random. I want to point something out going about my day, and you get it. You get it. I'm not thinking about dates. I'm not thinking about vacations. Am I participating? Yes. Don't get it twisted, because a lot of people think in these types of relationships, like, you don't participate. I participate. But when it comes to my man, I don't want to have to think about nothing. I'm going to feel like I can just exist. I can just be a fairy. I can just be a figment of everyone's imagination. And watching Nick and Olandria on Love Island, it clicked for me, because that's what I had previously in some of my previous relationships. Another example, again, the lore of me back in the day runs deep. I have, my belly button is pierced, right? And there was a gentleman that I had been dating back in the day. And this was in the very beginning stages of us talking. He was like, oh, I love your belly button. And I was like, me too. Oh, my belly button ring. I was like, me too. I'm like, you know, I love accessorizing with it. You know, I like to pick up belly button rings if I see cute ones, yada, yada, yada. The very next day when I saw that man again, he literally had a bag full of belly button rings. And I am not exaggerating, a bag full of belly button rings. I had so many belly button rings in college that I could wear a new belly button ring every day for a year and not repeat. Now listen, I'm not gonna hold you. He was not the most, I don't know how to say it. He was a little criminal-ish. How he got those belly button rings, not my business. I just know that he showed up with them with the intent. And every time we did something, like we linked up or whatever, I didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have to think about anything. He would just be. And we could just be like chilling in a dorm room, whatever. And I didn't have to worry about a thing. And I love that for me. And I realized that is what I want. And that has been typically all of my previous relationships. That's what has been the foundation of it, which is why these dating apps are not hitting for me. So I've had to revamp. I've revamped my dating profile, because there's certain words, certain metrics that you can drop, and people who get it and will respond accordingly. So we'll see what happens. But shout out to Love Island, because who'd have thought that I would have seen some young love happening and realized that is why I'm not happy right now. That is why nobody is hitting for me, because y'all want me to take care of you, and that's not what I'm signing up for. And please don't get it twisted, because I know some of y'all like to twist things around. When I say that, I mean, yes, there is a mutual benefit to the relationship for both of us. But I like someone who wants that role of being, it's not even just being a provider, because I can provide for myself, but it's just being in that role of, you don't have to worry about a thing, I got you, and they have it. Let me find somebody like that. I won't shut up about him. Y'all would be in my business. Not really, because I don't really want y'all in my business as it is. But, and this is probably, you know, hey family, if you're watching, but that's what it is. And I'm talking about, and it goes beyond like pulling out chairs and doing like the bare minimum. Like that stuff is cute. Yes, I am talking about like learning about me, learning me, and providing me with those things that you've learned about me without me having to even, just thinking about it, I would be so happy. So that's where we are, and that's gonna be the goal. Anyway, this is gonna be a hodgepodge episode. I'm sure y'all have seen that by now. I'm slicing things together because I don't want to be boring. I'm still trying to find my way. I'm still unbranded. I still don't know what my content's gonna be about. I do have an idea. Actually, I'm going to cut this so that I can cut and then start up again. Okay, bye. I need y'all to understand that my friends are diabolical, because why am I out here walking You want to know why? Because when we went to our 20th reunion, when it ended, my friend Candace was like, we should start a health and wellness group. And then my stupid ass joined. And then within that health and wellness group, they was like, we should do a challenge. Just a movement challenge. Just get some movement, gain points. Cool. But then I realized I'm doing this with a whole bunch of heathens. Because 8 days in, I don't even know how points are tabulated. But I know that 8 days in, people had 300-400 points. While I was at like 60-something points. And I don't like that. So now I'm out here walking, trying to get a mile and a half in. Because even though I'm giving up my $10 to these heathens, I'm at least put in an effort. You know what I mean? Anyway, don't go to school with gifted and elite people, because then they'll have you doing shit that you don't normally do, like going for 2-mile walks. I'm a sucker. I told y'all can convince me to do pretty much anything in the name of, I don't even know the name of what, because I don't even like working out. Anyway, this was a little break from my usual. I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. Quick question. Do y'all think I'm delusional if, as a part of my Rediscovering Antigua series, I reach out to like the Antiguan government and see if they could provide me with resources? And when I say resources, I don't mean like trips. I can do that. Like, that's not the thing. But like, I want to make this immersive for myself. Like, I truly want to learn my island's history, my family's history, the villages that we're from. Like, I want to learn that whole lore. And it's not as easy as just talking to like my mother, right? Because yeah, I'm going to have her on here one day. I think she's coming to my house next week. If she comes to my house next week, I'm going to interview her and I'm going to ask her questions, and you'll get to meet the myth, the legend, the icon that is Blondell. But what do we think about that? Do we think I'm being delusional and thinking that the Antiguan government would work with me if I pitch myself as an Antiguan American who wants to discover her roots? And I don't want trips. I don't know how it looks yet. I haven't fully figured it out. Because again, I can pay for my own trips. Like, that's nothing. But maybe having access to certain things, or getting certain touch points when I hit the island that I would never really necessarily get through my family. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But let me know what y'all thoughts are on that. Because I'm not a travel content creator, right? So it's not like I'm bringing tourism to the island. But I want to learn about the island. And I think the island is such a hidden treasure that it needs to be seen. It needs to be talked about. Like, everybody always talks about Jamaica, Barbados, Turks, and all these other places. And Antigua is just always so, like, in the cut. And I low-key want to keep it like that. But I also feel like people need to know. Because when it produces... why not, you know? Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I know these braids are old, and I should really take these braids out, but I'm lazy. I was supposed to take them out this weekend, but I'm not going to. They'll probably be here another week. So if y'all see me with coverage on, it's because my braids are old. Ain't nothing I could do about it. I mean, it's something that I could do about it, but I'm too lazy to do anything about it. Maybe I'll show y'all my pitch. Maybe I'll work on my pitch today. Okay. All right. I'll talk to y'all. Yes, I'm at work because this is where I spend most of my time. But I had something on my chest that I need to get off. I have not done half the things that I said I was going to do this summer. Outside of going to the pool at my building, because that is a free activity. Why is outside so expensive? Why is outside expensive? And listen, I'm somebody that has a good job making decent money. What is everybody doing? Are we scamming? Are we scamming? Because there's no way that this is the adulthood that we all thought we needed to be a part of. Take me back. Take me back to when my responsibilities was only to read a book, eat my food when my mother made for me, and do my homework. Because adulthood is expensive, and I don't think that I signed up for this. So who do we talk to? Because the way bills is billing, and maybe I'm being too transparent. Maybe everybody else got it all figured out, but I know that right now it is hard. It is hard, and I mean, I know in the end I'll be okay because I'm always okay. But like, are we okay? It can't just be me. If it's just me, let me know. What do I need to be doing? Sidebar, I did write an ebook that I'm publishing and I'm selling, because usually I'll be like, I'm gonna give things away for free. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop downplaying myself. So I'm selling an ebook. If you like my Monday motivations, I have an ebook based on my Monday motivations for sale, $9.99. It'll be linked because I'll link everything. But yeah, I just need to get that off my chest. I was at work, having bought my luncheon today because, again, expensive. And I just said to myself, this shit is crazy. How are people affording life right now? Are we affording life right now? Or are we all just playing it by ear? All right, let me go back to my desk before these interns start looking for me or something. Anyway,